Not just one, but 2 best of 7s in a row.
Right. I honestly think the only way that you're going to be able to beat Mysticats 2v2 is to trigger them. And it doesn't seem like Randomize is like the happiest man alive right now. He's doing great. I just did exactly what you been wanting to do, Jin.
Nice. All right. Well, I'm on Mysticats then.
Okay. 1v1. Let's go. No, you would destroy me. But anyway, you guys are all set to go. You think Mysticats is going to take it away?
Oh no!
Oh no! I messed everything up.
I wonder. I guess one of us should have kept changing teams. I guess they're just going to go though. It wasn't too detrimental, I don't think. No, we are going to.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the grand championship, we can't start off like
Seriously.
that. That's not going to happen, guys. Don't worry.
Way to go, Fox.
I'm sorry.
Just messed everything up.
Here, wait.
Okay. Sorry for the false start. What do you mean, come on, Beard? Don't give me any trash talk, Ginger. 1v1 me, Ginger. All right.
I'm gonna click.
Okay,
spectate this time.
so based off of those 15 seconds of gameplay, who do you think is going to take this?
I really think that Whip Dog is gonna come back and take it all. Okay. All right, everybody's joining up here. I'm not on either of these teams, so I'm not joining the game.
Cools, I would love it if the game after the grand finals is a 1v1 of me versus Ginger.
All right, here we go.
Okay, yeah.
Starting off the grand championship. These are going to be this is the final matchup for this entire season 1 of RLSS. Here we go.
All right, SS the third is able to make a slow play here, but a little too slow as Nova came up for that one. Random's going to hit it forward. There's no one in SDG's goal right now. Oh, but Danny Land comes out of nowhere. Random did not have as much time as he thought he did there. SS the third whiffs on that one. Danny Land pops it up. Almost it works as a pass back to Ninja, but Randomize goes up for that one real quick and puts it in their corner. SS the third's whiffing. Random gets control back. He's going to take this one around their corner. Trying to do some fancy moves here to try to trip up SDG. Almost worked. Nova came out of goal for that one. Almost didn't work out for him, but Random was able to get around to it. Colonel Mustard now passes it straight forward. Danny Land's going to contest that one. Danny Land puts one toward Mysticat's goal, and Nova just turns around. I don't know if he was not in ball cam and he missed the boost. He definitely missed the boost, but man, I don't know if he would have had time regardless.
Something you never want to do. If you miss a boost plate, just keep going. Don't turn around and go back and get it. That is detrimental to any kind of play.
With a caveat, if once you miss it the first time, turn ball cam on, see what's going on, and decide then if you can go back. And there's one off the corner. Goes straight into SDG's goal by Randomize.
They're like, no, this is not going to be so easy.
Yeah. Man, Ninja just wasn't quite able to read that one. Didn't get up in time for it. Brings it back to 1-1. In game 1, after about 1 minute of gameplay. SS the third going up for this in the corner. Randomize gets a small touch on it. Jinja's able to clear it. And Colonel gets a shot on goal, but Danny Land's waiting for it. He's going to stop that. Colonel Mustard gets another one off the corner. Danny Land clears it once again. Danny Land driving forward with the ball. Tried to make a slow play around Randomize, but Randomize attacked fast enough that it was did not even matter. Ninja Jinja's going to stop that one from going in front of SDG's goal. And Colonel Mustard tries to keep control. Nova going for the goal, but Danny's in the way. Colonel Mustard needs to get back and challenge this as fast as he can because Danny Land is very fast on offense. Randomize goes up for this one on the wall. Nova accidentally touches that. I think kind of messed up Random's shot there. Colonel Mustard with a big hit forward. Tries to read it off the backboard, but ends up passing it back over Nova. Unfortunately, he might have been better off letting Random go up for that one. Ninja with a big boom. against Mysticats, and SS the third steals the goal at the last second. Ninja, with his classic, Ninja is the one who goes for these big booms, and they got it around randomized on the wall, and SS the third didn't need to be there, but he got that last.
Start calling SS the third the Ninja. Ginger, Ginger, you're being contested here. You need to step it up. Yeah, that was a really unfortunate whiff by Randomize on that back wall. He needs to remember that he's in a flat car now. He's been playing with it for a little while, but it can still get to you sometimes. Yeah, it definitely gets to me. I just switched back to Dominus recently, and I still get balls going over me. No, I wonder if SS stands for Shot Stealer. Nova passes that one up off of Mysticat's backboard, but Colonel Mustard's able to clear it directly off of their backboard. Nice clear by Colonel Mustard. He's going to follow it up again, and I think Randomize actually touched that to clear it away from SDG's goal. Ninja's driving this one forward. Nova goes up for it, but can't make contact. Random's got to stop this one before it goes in front of Mysticat's goal, and he does. Danny Land puts another one forward. I think Mysticats are playing very, very aggressive, and they're very erratic right now. I think they need to just take a breather and like calm down a little.
Oh!
A lot of double commits and a lot of touches that really weren't necessary.
I have to agree, although they need to play fast right now because SDG is also playing very fast on offense. And it's kind of one of those who can do it better sort of situations. Random getting the boost there, keeping Danny from it. That one almost goes in SDG's goal. We also almost had one go in SDG's goal by Colonel Mustard about 20 seconds ago. Got stopped by the top post. Random's not able to get in the way of that one in time, but Ninja Jinja messes up on the wall. Can't keep control of it. SS the third doesn't quite know what to do here. Random's able to hit it with a backflip. Nova and SS the third pinch it off of a Mysticat's wall. Colonel Mustard's waiting in the goal for that big clear. See if Randomize can finish it. He's not able to get to it in time. That was a really spicy pass by Colonel Mustard. Randomize is able to get around to that one. That one will go in the goal. Again, Colonel Mustard and Random just have really good chemistry tonight. And that trend is continuing. SS the third did not attack quick enough out of goal to stop that. Interesting face-off tactic. Bold strategy. We'll see if it works out for them.
Both of them going for the bump rather than the ball. I see how it is.
Ooh, that one goes off the corner. Almost made its way in front of SDG's goal.
Ginger with the demos today.
Ginger is feisty tonight. Colonel Mustard doesn't have boost to go for that one yet. Goes for that one, though. Gets a nice touch on it, but not fast enough to get it over Ninja Jinja. Randomize gets that one off of SDG's backboard. Danny Land's ready for it, and he's going to take control. Pushes it up the wall. Random's going to go up for this one. Or sorry, Nova. Random's up for that one. Goes toward their goal just a little wide. Really good pass and follow. Nova and Random there.
These are crucial seconds if we don't want to go into overtime here.
8 seconds for one team to score and keep this game from going into overtime. Danny Land has an opportunity here, but Random's going to stop that. And if Mysticats are smart, they'll just let it drop. And that is exactly what happened. Game 1, overtime in the grand finals. We wouldn't have it
good series,
any
guys.
other way. My voice will be gone by the time we are done with this series. SS the third putting this one in the corner. Tries to get it up over Randomize on the wall, but cannot do it. Random gets just in the way. And Colonel Mustard with another big clear, hitting it forward. SS the third with the boom this time. Taking a page out of Ninja Jinja's book. Nova putting that one off the backboard. No one there to capitalize on that pass, though. And SS the third kind of hitting it out center for Mysticats, but Colonel wasn't in a good position to take it. Nova is probably going to get this hit over him. Colonel Mustard's ready to save it instead, though. And Colonel Mustard's going to chase this upfield. Hits it straight at SS the third. You got to do more with the ball than just hit it straight at your defender. If you have to pass, even if it's like a pass off the side wall just to give your teammates a chance to shoot the ball instead of you, that can really mess with your opponents and give you a much better opportunity at scoring. All right, ball spending a lot of time on SDG's side. They were not able to get to it in time, and Colonel Mustard took advantage of that. He had so much time to get to this. Look at him just driving in circles around the field, and then just turns on a dime to put that one in SDG's goal. for Mysticats to take game number 1 of this best of 7 grand finals of the RLSS.
All right, what a game. All right, so what do you think happened here? What do you think SDG did wrong, and what do you think Mysticats did right?
Man, it's hard to say. Both teams were playing really consistently. Both teams had really good offensive pressure. Like, there was always someone to keep putting the ball on the other team's backboard. I don't know. I think.
Well, I can go ahead and stop you right there.
Yeah.
One thing I definitely see is the amount of shots for Mysticats versus the amount of shots for SDG. Everything else is pretty much even, but just look at the shots from Colonel Mustard and even from Randomize versus Dandelion and Ninja Jinja. If they want to win this series, they need to put more shots on, even if they're not, even if they may be shots just to get defenders out of the goal so they can open up the goal for the next person. They need to put pressure directly on the goal.
Yeah. And one thing that we saw from Mysticats that we didn't see a lot of from SDG was Mysticats does these passes where they'll clear the ball out of their own goal and already have someone waiting upfield to try to redirect it into the other team's goal. SDG doesn't do that a whole lot. SDG relies on hitting the ball off the backboard time after time after time until finally they get a shot opportunity, whereas Mysticats creates their shot opportunities right from the get-go as soon as they switch to offense. This is the start of Game 2 of our best of 7 in the grand finals of RLSS for anyone tuning in. We've got SDG versus Mysticats. Mysticats took game number 1 in overtime. It's going to be a great series. Both teams are playing very well tonight. All right, we got Mysticats randomized, accidentally flipping. And SDG is going to be able to keep this on Mysticats' side. SS, though, isn't quite able to turn that into a shot. Randomize, moving downfield, couldn't quite get a touch on it to get it past Danny Land. And Danny Land's going to push this up off the backboard. No one there to take advantage of it. That's another big thing with the SDG, is they have a lot of missed shot opportunities where they'll hit the ball clean off of the backboard and draw out a defender from Mysticats who misses, but then there's no one to take a shot. And that's so detrimental to SDG's gameplay.
Yeah, especially
two
this late in
members
the
from
series.
Mysticats whipping there, and that's going to turn into a goal by Ninja Jinja. Mysticats confusing each other, almost a triple commit here. Random sat back, but then he was a little bit out of position and couldn't get to this in time.
Yeah, you know, you can talk about pass opportunities and drawing defenders out as much as you can, but when two players on your team whiff, that is usually going to result in bad things for your team.
Yeah. All right, this one's going to stay on SDG's side right now. Danny Land's trying to clear it off the wall, and he's going to get that. Colonel Mustard waiting upfield, still can't get a hold of it. Random hits it into their own corner, and Nova's waiting up on the wall, but hits it back toward Mysticat's side. And this might be the slowest shot ever, and it won't go in Mysticat's goal. That'd be really worried.
Like everybody's scrambling.
Oh, Random is able to get back in position for that. Caught the ball perfectly. I thought he lost control here after this first hit, but he landed perfectly and then turned right into it. Beautiful shot by Randomize. No one back on SDG to even contest that.
Yeah, I'm wondering where they all were. Do you think they were overcommitting a little bit?
I think they were overcommitting. They weren't expecting that good of a clear. Randomize going up for this one, gets it over Ninja Jinja, and Randomize is going to continue going upfield and try to pass this into one of his teammates. Tries to get the pinch, but ends up just staying in place. Nova gets a nice touch off the corner to Colonel, who hits it off the corner in the same exact spot. They're trying to do some Harlem Globetrotters plays over here. There's no one to really finish that up. Colonel pinches it over Ninja Jinja. Danny Land's waiting back, and he'll hit it to the side so that he can get a better shot forward off of Mysticat's backboard and follow it up himself. Danny Land, the playmaker himself, doing everything all alone, gets the clear, passes it to himself again, and then finishes that shot. Well done by Danny Land.
Yes, absolutely. That's definitely a lot more of what we saw from Danny Land earlier in the series. That was like week 1, week 2 kind of stuff.
Colonel Mustard hitting this one forward. Danny Land bumping SS the third into the ball. Whatever works, man. Randomize trying to put that one in front of SCG's goal, but they had 2 defenders keep that one out. Colonel going for this one. Gets it right past the Challenger. Colonel might get boomed here, but Ninja couldn't quite get to him. You can see, you can almost see like the blood in Ninja's car's headlights. And that one almost a cross-field goal by SDG, and Danny's able to follow it up yet again. Looks like Danny's really turning on this game.
Absolutely. I think he saw last game, and he's like, you know what? It's time to step it up. I'm about to pop off.
Even if his teammates aren't really supporting him a whole lot, he's decided he's going to do it most of the work himself. And he's a powerhouse, so if anyone can do it, I believe it's Danny Land.
I definitely agree.
And we got the ball not doing a whole lot. It's staying on SDG's side. Almost a good shot by Colonel Mustard. But it goes right across SDG's goal. Random's going to be in the way of this one. Keeps it on SDG's side, but isn't able to turn it into a shot. Ninja Jinja's going to try to drive this one upfield. Gets a pop straight up. Randomize is going to try to tip it over to Colonel Mustard. Colonel Mustard, I don't think, doesn't have a lot of boost here. Yeah, he's pretty low. Couldn't do much with it. This might drop in front of Mysticats' goal, and Danny Land's ready for it.
Danny Land once again.
Yeah, Danny read this perfectly. He knew this was going to drop off of that top corner.
Right. So what do you think has changed? Do you think Danny Land is just, you know, like popping off right now? He's like ready. He's being super, super aggressive and everything like that. Or do you think something has changed with both teams?
No, I think Mysticats are playing exactly the same as the first game. But I think Danny Land has definitely turned up the volume. There's a nice shot by Randomize. Good pressure by Mysticats. And I was about to say, they're just not challenging Danny Land quick enough right now. They're giving him way too much time, way too many opportunities to do what he wants with the ball. As soon as they see him in control of the ball, they need to have a player headed straight for him. Even if not to hit the ball, just to put pressure on him to make him, to force a mistake out of him. Random going for a tough clear out of the corner here. Nova's going to hit this one forward. Ninja Jinja's going to hit it off of their own backboard to clear it. Racquetball style. Colonel Mustard tries to get this pass. Nice pass, but Danny Land's there to stop it. Randomize accidentally tips it up. Almost gets capitalized on by SDG. Danny Land, without boost here in goal, doesn't need it. He's going to clear it out. Nova hitting it back center, but no one's quite there. Ninja's going to hit it forward. Randomize taking that boost from Danny Land. Danny Land is hungry for boost right now. Colonel Mustard hitting it up into the corner, but Danny Land takes it right from him. Danny Land makes an unfortunate flip off of the wall. Ninja Jinja's able to get this clear, though. Ball is on Mysticats' side. Mysticats have 35 seconds to score 2 goals and put this into another overtime. And right now, I think SDG has kind of figured out their defensive strategy a little bit against Mysticats. And they might not let them put any more goals in this match.
Yeah, it looks like Mysticats kind of tripping over themselves a little bit. Randomize is probably telling everyone, is like, all right, just be ready for the next game.
Yeah, they're just trying to be as aggressive as they possibly can.
Was this an own goal? I feel like
it was an own goal.
He was like, you know what? All right, fine, do it. I don't care.
I think it may have been a, yeah, I don't care, like, one of those goals rather than a mistake.
Just kind of letting SDG know, like, we're not, we know that you guys took this one away. Good game, guys.
Yeah.
See you in the
next. We're not going to let you score on us anymore. If anyone's going to score on us, it'll be us. And then we're putting one in your goal, says Colonel Mustard. Let's get some momentum going into this next game.
If no one's beard had a no-goal there, they might actually have a chance. It only takes 6 seconds. Man, if they make another score here and make it 4-5, I bet Nova's going to feel really bad.
Well, it very well could have been the ball resets that helped them with that last goal, though. And that'll end game number 2. God, has it only been 2 games?
Yeah, we have so much more Rocket League to play, ladies and gentlemen.
The night is young. And SDG is going to tie up this series 1-1, Mysticats versus SDG. It's a best of 7, so we have a minimum of 3 more games left in this series. If SDG manages to take this series, we'll move on to a second best of 7. Hope everyone's got their 5-hour energy handy, some form of caffeine, because this could go for quite a while.
And already we see more shots from SDG, which is exactly what we were missing from the last game. Granted, I think their shot to goal percentage is actually a little bit higher in this game. For both sides. But definitely, like, we're seeing some higher level Rocket League here. This is definitely the champions. And
yeah, whoever ends up winning this series, it will be well-deserved grand champion title.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, Danny played really well this game. Do you think that's the only thing that's changed so far? Do you think that SDG is just ready for Mysticats? Do you think they just know the way they play, know how to counter it? Or do you think Mysticats is kind of falling off?
I think SDG in general was just playing more mechanically sound that last game. And honestly, like, they're a good enough team, good enough players that's all it'll take for them, is just to play very mechanically sound and be fast getting to the ball, especially Danny Land. Ninja had an opportunity there, but didn't quite have, like, the angle. Put that one in Mysticats' goal. Random's going to let that one go past so that he can get boost. Might have been better to keep ball control there. We'll see how this works out. Random going for a high clear toward SCG's goal, and nice follow-up by Randomize. Puts a grounder straight into SCG's goal. Off the ceiling and then reads it. SS the third had no chance at getting in the way of that one.
Yeah, what a shot. That's the second really nice little ground shot we've seen Randomize pull.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for every little bit that Danny Land has turned up the volume, we've seen Randomize turn it up quite a bit as well. He's making really solid plays. Really solid contact. It's all going to come down to who has the best supporting team members and who can be fastest to get to the ball. You cannot let it be Danny Land, that's for sure. Here we have Nova clearing it into his own corner. Random keeping it up there. Colonel Mustard's going to wait back in goal. Probably smart. Really nice shot by Danny Land. But Colonel was smart and stayed back and gave himself time to read that shot. Random hitting it off to the side, not allowing Ninja to challenge that. And Random hitting it off the wall now. Tries to follow it. Can't quite get there. Someone on Mysticats needs to clear this to the side. Gives it right to Danny Land, unfortunately. But manages to get another stop on him. And Colonel Mustard wanted to pop that one up, but the way the ball had just landed didn't allow him to do so. Nova bouncing that one. It's going to go past both members of SDG as Nova bumps into one of them midair. That one's going over Danny Land. He's going to put it right in front of his own goal, allowing Colonel Mustard to score. Colonel Mustard was ready for that one. Danny Land should have gotten up to that faster. I don't think Danny Land had enough boost there. I think he would have gone for it sooner had he had boost.
Yeah, it was an interesting decision to try and make that go across the goal rather than just trying to block it. Maybe he just like had to make a decision really quickly, and he thought that he couldn't quite make it to block it off that way. Either way, really good play by Colonel Mustard. Really good read on Danny's touch.
All right, SS the third getting bumped. Colonel Mustard's going to take this one up. Danny's the last one back on SDG. Colonel Mustard has another opportunity, a shot, and he's going to put that one in too. Colonel Mustard turning up the heat.
3-0 turning up the heat. Look at that.
Just 2 minutes and 10 seconds in.
All right, Danny Land. SDG had a really good game last time, and Mysticats is like, it's not going to be that easy, guys.
Yeah.
You had last game, but that's it.
I think there's going to be a lot of back and forth like this in this entire series. That's why it's so hard to determine, like, it's hard to put a finger on who we really think is going to win this series, just because both teams can turn it, like, can flip the switch and just be amazing.
Yeah, and they're both playing
when they're going to do that. And when they both do, then it's super close, like that first game.
Right, exactly. And, like, they're both so adaptive. If something is wrong, then they're able to figure out what's wrong and they're able to fix it. Yeah. And it's really, really good to see.
Super impressive, too. I mean, even in the higher end, like, champ level playing in Rocket League, you don't always see teams adjusting to their opponents. You just see a lot of people going for the same stuff every time because it works sometimes. And I myself am guilty of that even. So seeing these teams adjust mid-game and mid-series is just super cool. Nova putting the pressure on. keeping that one on SDG's side. And Colonel Mustard following up this time. He's going to try to put this in front of SDG's goal, but Danny Land gets it past him. Danny Land tries to follow that one off the wall. Danny Land's going a little too fast for his own good. He knows they only have 1:30 left to put 3 goals in, and he really wants to take no time doing so. Getting that one over on Mysticats' side. Randomize is ready for it, though, but Danny dunks Randomize and keeps it right in front of Mysticats' goal. Someone needs to take the shot opportunity, and it's going to be Colonel Mustard, actually, on the other side. My goodness, almost got the double touch. Good effort by Colonel Mustard there. And he is still on the offensive. I feel like there's a different MVP every single game.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Right now, it seems to be Colonel Mustard. He is really turning it up right now. Last game was Danny. First game, it seemed to be randomized, I believe, right?
Yep. Exactly. They're all just taking turns.
They're like, you get an MVP, and you get an MVP, and you...
Yeah. Ooh. Just so much involvement by every member of both teams in every play. You don't see any one player sticking back or watching the other players go for the ball. Everyone is trying to do their best. And that's part of what makes these games so much fun to watch. 20 seconds left for SDG to score 3 times, and I do not think it's possible for them. Looks like this game is going to go to Mysticats, although it only takes 6, and SDG has 12 seconds now.
We got just enough time
to score 2 goals.
All right, Danny's coming in. It's like, you guys aren't going to shut us out. It only takes 6. We got time.
Nova with a nice little second touch there to get it past Danny Land. And just going to hit it across his own goal. Colonel Mustard wants to put it in, and Randomize tries to take a shot too. They couldn't score any more goals, but that game is still going to go to Mysticats, putting them up 1 game in this best of 7. Anyone just tuning in, Mysticats just took their 2nd game in this best of 7 grand finals of RLSS versus SDG. SDG now has 1 game. Mysticats have 2. And like we've been saying, like both teams are just kind of flip-flopping with who's really like figuring everything out. First game, Mysticats had it figured out. Second game, SDG adjusted. And they figured out how to let Danny Land do a lot of the work and make sure that he had shot opportunities. And then this game, Mysticats shut that down. They started playing faster. They challenged Danny Land sooner. They didn't give him nearly as many opportunities. They actually forced Danny Land to clear the ball in front of his own goal. And Colonel Mustard, especially this game, was just really hot. Just was ready for every single shot opportunity that he had.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, like, I'm wondering, we've had adjustment after adjustment after adjustment. I'm wondering what SDG will do to adjust to Mysticats now, because I don't think I've seen them play really any better than they are playing now. Both teams are playing their best right now, and that's what's really cool to see. And so I'm wondering how SDG is going to react to this.
Yeah, we'll see if they can make the adjustment they need. They can't just rely on Danny Land. Ninja Jinja and SS the Third are really going to have to open up opportunities for Danny Land to score the shots that he's really good at. Colonel Mustard playing fast again, kills Ninja Jinja, but not before Ninja Jinja is able to clear it away from their goal. Nova's going up for this one, but whiffs. SS Third pops it up in the middle. Probably was hoping that Danny Land would be there to follow through, but he was not, and this one is going to go back in the hands of Mysticats to push it up toward SDG. Random with a good flick across field. Since he knew he couldn't take a shot with a goalie in goal, he decided to make another opportunity for his teammates. Danny Land's pushing this one up into the corner. Colonel Mustard can't get to it, but Randomize is going to hit that away to Ninja Jinja and then dunk Ninja Jinja. This one's going to stay on SDG's side. Colonel Mustard's up for this one, and Randomize was also up. Randomize is out of the play in SDG's goal. Nova is pushed up a little far too. Good thing he was able to make contact with that, because they would have been spread really thin. Colonel Mustard's not able to finish this, even though it's right in front of SDG's goal. Danny Land, meanwhile, scoring Ninja Jinja into their own goal.
He's like, you know what, if I can't make the ball in, I can make my teammate.
Yeah. Colonel Mustard didn't quite get the shot that he wanted there. Hits it over into SDG's corner, and Danny Land's able to clear that away. Colonel Mustard, though, is always ready for that ball to come right back. Colonel Mustard is the boomerang lately. They're able to hit the ball to about midfield, but then he's always there to put it back on SDG's side. Danny Land's up for a high one. We'll see if Colonel Mustard can read this, and he can. He gets it cleared over to SDG's side. Ninja Jinja tries to stop it, but actually creates another opportunity for Colonel Mustard to hit it. Colonel Mustard with a nice pass back to Nova, but it was just a little too fast. Hits that one right over Danny Land. Colonel Mustard, man. Colonel Mustard heard what we were saying. He's how there's a different MVP every game. He's like, me, for the rest of forever.
Day.
I will remain the MVP. There can only be one.
Right now, he is on track for that. He definitely has more points than anybody. Honestly, most people are racking either zeros across the board or 1-1.
Oh, man. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, I'm looking at the scoreboard here.
2 minutes into the game, mostly goose eggs.
Really carrying right now.
Yeah. Random getting this into the corner. Danny Land's on the attack, but Random gets it past him and then reads Ninja Jinja's hit too, making an opportunity for Colonel Mustard, but Colonel goes up too soon and isn't able to adjust his aerial. Danny Land's able to read that hit from Colonel Mustard and get it back on Mysticats' side. Ninja Jinja hitting this one high into Mysticats' corner. It doesn't follow through, and Randomize is able to hit it away. Again in Mysticats' corner. Colonel Mustard reads that one. SDG needs to do something other than hitting it into the corner if they want to have really good shot opportunities. Colonel Mustard, the last one back for Mysticats, goes up for another shot. Randomize is getting their back boost, and he has enough time to do so and ends up getting a nice clear over to SDG's side. Colonel Mustard again waiting for that ball in midfield. Colonel Mustard is a really good mid player. Nova pushed up a little too far here, and then Ninja Jinja kills Random, leaving Colonel Mustard to do the rest of the work on SDG's side. He's able to get good contact, makes another hit, and gets it into the goal. Colonel Mustard, what are you eating?
Cool Flakes.
I need it.
Cool Flakes.
I need Cool Flakes.
Look at that, 2-to-3 shot goal ratio. He had one shot that didn't quite make it. Everything else totally calculated. He's totally in control, and he's playing like a friggin' monster right now.
Man, SDG just hasn't been ready for it. They're used to Random getting like big booming shots like that, but Colonel Mustard is just coming out of the gates these last 2 games. Nova with a really good challenge there. Ninja Ginger, though, is going to hit this one up onto the wall. Yeah, he knows he can't hit those, so he's going to leave that one to Danny Land. Randomize and Nova are both after that one. Random's going to try to center this for his teammates. We see Colonel Mustard coming up field here. Can't quite get to it. Ninja Jinja's going to clear that one. Danny Land gets a pinch over to Mysticats' side. It's an open goal for SDG, and no one's there to take the shot. Ninja Jinja's actually driving back toward their side. Should have been ready for that. And Mysticats are going to get another opportunity to clear this. Minute left of game number 4. And Mysticats are up 2-0. SDG is going to really have to figure out what they're doing if they want to score on Mysticats. Mysticats just have to play defense, though, so it's really easy for them. Although I wouldn't be surprised if they try to keep scoring, especially with Colonel Mustard popping off the way he is. Colonel Mustard following this one down the wall. Hits it straight at SS the third, who pops it up for Danny Land. Danny Land loves those little pop-ups midfield. Ninja almost able to take that shot after the bounce, but just hits it a little high. The Scats continue to keep it away from their goal. SS the third coming up for this one. Bounces up off of that bottom corner. It's going to go up high. Random's not quite sure how to challenge this one, but SS just gave him way too much time there. Nova up for that one, but doesn't make contact. Danny Land tries to get a nice cut into Mysticats' goal, but randomizes in the way. And that will be game number 4. Going to Mysticats. Bringing us up to series point, actually, for Mysticats. If they win this next game, they will be our grand champions.
All right, and it looks like SDG is not reacting to what's going on with the Mysticats team right now. Mysticats has been really good at adapting to SDG's playstyle, and SDG hasn't been adapting to Mysticats' playstyle. I mean, just look at that. Like, Mysticats really didn't have to do all that much. We have 2 saves on Mysticats, 2 saves on SDG. 4 shots Mysticats, 3 shots SDG, but Mysticats put the shots hit the back of the net.
Yeah.
And it's just like they're doing what they're doing. Mysticats is playing the game, and SDG doesn't know how to counter it right now.
Absolutely. We'll see if SDG can really turn it around. They're going to have to go in clutch now. They're going to have to win, 3 games in a row in order to take this first series.
Yeah,
it's going to be tough. The pressure is on for SDG, so we'll see how they play under pressure.
MFB was doing pretty well. We know it's possible.
Very true. We've seen them turn the tide just last series. And this will be the beginning of Game 5 of this best of 7 grand finals of our RLSS. Mysticats have 3 games under their belt, and SDG only has 1. SDG is coming from the losers bracket, so they have to win this best of 7 and another best of 7 in order to become the grand champions. Right now, it's looking like Mysticats are on track to be the first ever Rocket League Symphonian Series grand champions. Got pretty neutral play going on right now. Ninja Jinja could have had a good challenge there, but accidentally whiffed. Accidentally whiffed. Colonel Mustard following this one up onto SDG's wall. Nova's there, but can't quite get the angle on it. And Ninja Jinja and SS the third going for that one. They're both on the wall, out of the play now. Mysticats don't quite have enough boost to keep the pressure going, though. Random's going to keep that one going back to Mysticats' side. Nova gets that one just over SS. And Ninja's going to hit that one high off of Mysticats' back wall. Danny Land trying to thread the needle with that shot, but just can't get it past the defenders. Nova coming out of the gates, trying to push that one forward, but Ninja Jinja's in the way. Randomize follows up, and this is a high one over Mysticats' net. Danny Land had an opportunity, but it was a bit of a tough angle to get there. Nova's got time to take this, but he actually messes himself up a little bit. I think he was probably in ball cam. Got messed up a little bit there. Colonel Mustard hitting a fast one toward SDG's goal, and SS the third. Really unfortunate backflips, and actually puts himself in position to own goal that one.
I think
that was not going in, and he just, oh man.
And, you know, we've seen SS the third do similar things. Not quite an own goal, but you'll see him sitting back in the goal, waiting for a shot to happen, and then it's just a choke. And that's what happens when you sit in goal. If you get caught like backing up, or you get caught from a shot that the other team placed well, and it's just not a good idea to just sit there.
Yeah, SS the third getting a big boom and then threading the needle between 2 Mysticats players, opening up a shot opportunity. Danny Land came up, and they were not quite able to do anything together. Colonel Mustard trying to reset the ball for Mysticats. It's in midfield now. Ninja Jinja tries to push forward, but Randomize gets in the way. Random's going to keep this one going toward SDG's side, but Danny Land comes up the side. 2 goalies by Mysticats. That's not going to go anywhere. Randomize hits it up the wall. He's gotten a lot better at these in just the past couple of weeks, hitting the ball clean off of the wall to pass to his teammates. Danny Land's going to get a big clear here. Ball stays in midfield, leaving an open shot for Ninja Jinja, but he was not able to hit it on target. Nova goes up for that, almost messes up Randomize. Random saw what was happening and adjusted accordingly. He knew that Nova wasn't quite going to get that. And it was a tough shot to get to begin with, so good for Random on reading that one correctly. Danny Land keeps this one at midfield. He's going to try to follow up. Just goes right under it. SS the third gets in the way of that one between Colonel Mustard. Randomize is trying to take his time here to make sure he gets this over to SDG's side, and Danny Land's going to clear it. Danny Land trying to pop it up over Colonel Mustard. Colonel Mustard ends up getting it over to SDG's side. Spending a lot of time in SDG's corner right now. Nova still keeping the ball under control. And SS the third hits it. Actually kind of jukes his teammate. And then a nice cut by Nova to put another one in SDG's goal. Look at this angle that Nova got. Mysticats know that they are on the cusp of winning this entire tournament. And they're playing their hearts out right now.
Absolutely. They've got to be feeling good right now. I think they're feeling good. They're feeling connected. The communication seems to be on point, whereas SDG seems to be kind of falling apart right now. They need to pick it back up, but with 3-0, 130 left, it's not looking all that great for SDG right now.
SDG gonna have to average 1 goal every 30 seconds just in order to put this into overtime. It's not looking good for SDG. And Mysticats probably about ready to celebrate already. But they can't play too confident.
Yeah, SDG still has time. That's one thing that Mysticats really needs to remember, and something that SDG needs to remember as well. They still have time. They can bring this back.
Ooh.
But with the,
you say that, but the more we say that, the less it looks like it might be a possibility. Danny Land booming Random, but Random scores from the grave with a nice roll touch.
Yeah, what an angle. What a little boop from Colonel Mustard into Ninja Jinja.
Yeah.
Right to the beautiful angle that Randomize was able to pull off.
Oh,
followed by another
the
one.
Mysticats are just on fire right now. They are feeling it.
They're doing their
Colonel
victory
Mustard
march
reading
right
that
now.
off the backboard. Danny Land trying to be there, but there's just nothing he can do. We're now up to SDG having to score once every
Math seconds.
like 12 seconds. And it's just not looking like a possibility. Every second that passes by brings the Mysticats that much closer to winning the entire thing, and I'm gonna have to go ahead and call it. I mean, I thought Mysticats were gonna win this going into it, and I'm so glad to see them playing so well, making those awesome adjustments to their opponents, and just in this last game even just totally shutting them out. Oh my goodness. Another one by Colonel Mustard rolling up the post. And I think SDG can go ahead and start packing up their bags.
All right, great control by Nova there, by the way. Off the wall, keeping it in a dribble, right to Colonel Mustard.
Man. You know, if just seeing the way that Mysticats have figured out their opponents time after time in this entire series, Ninja Jinja
is this
kind of
ready?
sitting back. Danny just wants to put one in the goal, and Mysticats are going to deny him that even. Mysticats, the tide turners, the opponent readers, the strategists, figured it out, and they are going to be the Rocket League Symphonian Series Season 1 Grand Champions.
What a series. What a round. What a series. What a game. What an everything. This is just, it's just great Rocket League right here. Mysticats just brought their A game, brought their A+. SGG maybe brought their B, but they were still playing really well. It was good Rocket League. Mysticats just totally outpaced them.
Yeah. And I think